This video is brought to you by Sosoi. Sosoi, the innovators of SpikeBoarding, stand-up spike, and the creators of the original skateboard spike. Sosoi, become the motor.
Pro Design wrist guards. The Pro Design wrist guards take protective gear to the next level. They're padded and constructed of 100% cotton duck with Cordura reinforcement in the high-pressure impact areas. The splint spoon is designed to disperse impact over a wider area. Extremely comfortable, they maintain the Pro Design standard for protection and durability. The finest wrist guards for spikeboarding on the market.
Hey folks, welcome to another spikeboarding tutorial. We're going to go over a couple real basic things here. We're up at the base of Storm King Mountain in Orange County, New York. And here we are with a skateboard spike and our SpikeBoard. And what we're going to do first is go over how to hold a skateboard spike neutrally. This is the neutral position right here in the middle of the shaft. And the spike always goes parallel to the board. Right? And when you switch it, it goes parallel to the board. It's got no business out here to the sides. It's not safe. You don't want it out here either. You want to carry it right here. So there's a lot of drills that you can practice on the board when you first start, and they would be these kinds of drills where you're switching and drifting the board back and forth, and switching and drifting, and also where you're just beginning to walk and skate. And when you first start, don't start with your spike if you don't want to, if that makes it too complicated. So you can just put it to the side and not have it. So get all your protection. You want to have your elbow knee pads and your wrist guards. And right now I'm going to show you how to kick, walk, and how to get into a drop shoulder. So find a place that has a little bit of a pitch. This probably has about half a degree to 1 degree. And right now, as you can see, I'm walking more than I'm skating. Walking more than I'm skating. Walking more than I'm skating. And slowly, what we're going to begin to do is we're going to skate and walk equally. Skate and walk equal. Before I go on, I suppose I should go over, come a little tighter here so you can see. And let's look at the feet. So the feet are very important in how you plant the foot. So it isn't possible to stand stable on a foot that isn't firmly planted directly in the center. So the leg is actually part of the machine when you're on a board. Okay, so from here down, this is machine. But it's a very operable machine, a very moving machine. What you're going to be doing is moving it constantly. What's most important mentally is that you never get up on your supporting machine until there's a biofeedback that says, I'm ready. So if I stand up and my leg is here, that doesn't do me much good, right? Because I'm destable and I'm gonna fall. So what you need to do is establish the 3 points of your foot, the ball of your foot, over to the side, the little pinky area, and the heel, and really make sure that's set up. And you don't want to get up on it until you actually know that that's ready to hold the rest of your body. So now let's continue on with the walk and kick. So we started with more walk, then glide, more walk, then glide, and then we started with approximately 50-50. Notice how there's a little glide. What you want to begin to do is drop this shoulder. There's a center line, and you want to drop this shoulder. You keep dropping it until ultimately you can glide. What you're looking for is this glide. The indicator that you are centered and dropping your shoulder is that this foot is coming back quickly. So if this foot is coming back quickly, because you're not dropping your shoulder. But what you want to do is don't do it all full throttle like this, right? So just be comfortable, do it very slowly and let the neurology take its path, okay? But once you can actually begin to glide, right, that's when you're going to want to begin to switch. Now let's come in a little tight and let's see this switching. So the beginner is just going to put the foot on the deck, and that's absolutely okay. Come over to the side a little bit so that the feet can be seen. So the beginner, push back a little bit. So the beginner is going to actually just get the foot on here, and that's absolutely fine. So the advanced is going to be able to heel to toe. But there's a lot of musculature back here that actually needs to begin to stretch and begin to acclimate to heel to toe switch kicking. So if you can do this, that's wonderful. So what you can also practice during spike basing, we practice this. Go ahead and go to spike basing, either on the SpikeBoarding site, or you can go to spikebasing.com. And if you practice a ton of this drill, right, this is going to help you quite a bit. But getting back to what the beginner will do, the beginner will just bring this foot straight back on here. Oh my gosh, all this sweat is getting salty in my eyes. So, and then they're going to adjust. So the beginner's going to land here and then adjust and then get ready to get up on that other leg. So here it is on top of the board. We're coming off the kick, we're coming off the glide. We're gonna put our foot here, then turn it in, and then bring this leg out, okay? So now let's get back to the kick walk and kick walk sequence, but with a switch. And I'll do it first as a beginner would do it. And so the beginner would walk more than skate. Walk more than skate. And then very slowly begin to feel that glide. Notice how I'm going, how slow can you go? I can go really slow and I can still get a glide. So I'm doing this successfully and I'm not having failure, I'm not falling down. So you don't want to get ahead of your stroke. So if you're getting ahead of your stroke and you are being unsuccessful in your human propulsion, that's not good. So keep everything good until finally you can glide. And then begin to count cadence. Count 5, count 3, count 10, whatever you like until the quadricep fails. But you're going to want to keep it even. So you're walking, walking, skating, walking, skating, walking. Okay, now you're skating. You're skating. And you're going to come in as a beginner, and then you're going to turn the heel to toe, and then push. And then the same thing. You're going to keep going on. Okay? So that is how you begin to switch. Now what's important when you switch is realize that, come over to the side a little so you can see the legs maybe 3/4. You have to realize that the front leg does something very different than the back leg. We imagine that there's perfect symmetry, but that's not so. Whatever leg is in the front actually needs to come up, over, and out. Uh-oh, we gotta go put out a fire. So we are, I'll get a little closer so we can talk to you. We're in a volunteer fire department area, and some very honorable and brave people are gonna go out and help somebody now. So there'll be a lot of people jumping into cars and spinning blue lights and going out to put out a fire. So if you're in the middle of a spikeboarding session, time to go volunteer and put out fires. In this case, we haven't volunteered yet. We'll get to that in a couple of years and we'll help put out fires. So in a minute, this is going to go out. But how many videos are there where there's fire drills? But in this case, it's a small town. It's about a quarter, it's about 1 kilometer square. Come over here a little bit, there's a little light going in the lens. So I think that's 2. Anybody knows what's going on knows what the alarms mean. So 2 and 3. So these people who honorably go out and risk their lives really know what's happening. So that's a 3 alarm, and I don't know what that's indicator of. I ought to know. Next time I talk to Mike, the head of fire department here, I'll ask him. That should be just about it. We might have to edit this out, or it could be just fun to put in. All right, so where we were at was what forward feet do and what rear feet do. And the reason that we don't give any very specific language other than switch kick is because ultimately you're going to develop your neurology so that you kick from back here, you're going to kick from back here, you're going to kick from here, and you're going to kick from here. So you're going to be in all of these 4 positions, and actually you're going to learn also how to drift, okay? So, but let's get back to that front foot and rear foot. So let's just do it stationary here, and you're going to notice that the front foot needs to come up, over, and out. And when it comes back, it needs to come up, over, and down, okay? So the front foot, when you're pulling it in, don't be lazy and just plop it in here, because now you're gonna have to push it forward and adjust it, trying to get your knees all locked up. We made a board, so Soy made you a board with plenty of standover length, so use it, okay? It's a really, really super nice platform. I've got size 9.5 feet. There's plenty of space here for everybody, up to about size 13, 12.5. There's plenty of space to get yourself in there. So don't just put this leg in, up, over, front leg goes down right in the center. And never be in a hurry to get up on that leg. As I've mentioned, make sure that your setup is correct so that you can get up on that leg. But getting back to both of the legs, what does the rear leg do? The rear leg simply goes out. That's all it does. It goes out and then it comes in. This one has to come up, over, and out. Up, over, and out. Now, let's take me and figure out which is my dominant and my non-dominant. If you push someone, they'll step forward. that's going to be their dominant leg. In this case, I'm not going to tell you what my dominant leg is, whether it's left or right, because I want you to have the knowledge and the inspiration to realize that everybody can have ambipedal skill, and if you forget about which is going to be and which is not going to be, you're going to develop both. And whoever can figure out what my dominant leg is, go ahead and email me and see if you can figure that out just from the videos. But it is important in the beginning to establish which is your dominant leg. Let's just say this is my dominant leg. This is the leg that I can be comfortable on to support myself. Kicking from the rear is the most challenging. So you sort of imagine like, oh, I'll put it in the front. You want to take your dominant leg, take it to the rear, right? Because that's the hardest thing to do. So if it's the hardest thing to do, take your dominant to the rear in the beginning, as we learned. Take your non-dominant to the front, okay? It's easier, less challenging to be at the front. So the leg that has the least amount of skill, your non-dominant twin that you have to be nice to, has to go to the front, okay? And then after about 5 or 6 weeks, you're going to begin to switch. And there'll be another video that shows you how to switch, right? And then you'll do equal amounts. So you'll do cadences that go even, and you maintain this cadence for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you switch it, right? You do both of them. So, but this video, in the beginning I started, I'm making it longer. It's very encompassing of most of what we got, but if you're a beginner, again, you're going to do it straight up here. All you need to do is just pan and follow my backside, here. You're just going to follow my backside. The camera's going to be over here. Just follow the back. I'm going to go out to there. I'm going to do it nice and slow for you. So here we go. I'm going to walk, more, engage. Walk, walk, drop shoulder, drop shoulder. Begin to glide, begin to glide, begin to glide, and glide, 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 glide. And then up, over, and down. Walk, walk, skate, walk, glide, 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 down, drop. So that's it, guys. That's what you begin with. How slow can you go? You're gonna go faster and faster. If you can do that neutral carry while you do that the whole time, it's a little more advanced. So to carry your spike neutrally, perfectly at the side, that's your next step. Maybe show that in a video later. So have a lot of confidence that this is going to work. And also scooters, adult scooters are going to work really good. There's a fabulous brand called Zootr, X-O-O-T-R, Zootr scooter. And buy the wooden platform one. It has very little vibration. And when you're done with it, hang on to it. You'll like it. It'll remind you when you first began. And if not, you can pass it along to a friend, or even you might want to sell it on eBay, or sell it used, or sell it to your new friend, or lend it to them and let them learn how to switch kit. But a scooter is going to help you guys a lot, and we'll cover that a lot later. So I hope all this has been helpful to all you beginners. Spike hard, spike often, SpikeBoarding. See you at the next one.